Okay, so we have a very special guest joining with us today, and it's none other than Coach Sydney McFarlane. Coach, hope you are doing well. How's the family doing? Hope you all is well.
Yeah, most things are good. Most things are good.
All right, sounds good. And just for a bit of background, Coach, how many years have you been coaching at Harbour View?
Well, I've been coaching probably about over 20 odd years or more. But I'm not start coaching probably about over 30 years. So yeah.
Okay. And what are the different age group levels that you've worked with along the times that you've been coaching?
I've worked all age groups within the club. Only the female team I've never worked with.
Okay. And in terms of the opportunity at Harbour View, how did it come about, getting the opportunity to work with Harbour View all of those years ago?
Well, first I was a player for the club. I played from youth. I played minor league. And then at that time it was major league, and then it was um, the Ray and Nephew League, which was the top league. So that was it. That was most of my playing time with the club, and then after that I was coaching within the community. We have a club in the community named Rocky Park, and was part of the club, and I started coaching there. And then from there, after that, I started coaching Bull Bay and coach Bull Bay for a couple years while we win the Sid Bartlett competition when I coached them. First time them winning a male adult league. They had already win the President Cup youth tournament, something like minor league. And then we advanced to the major league, and we played 2 seasons. On the second season, we finished third, missing out qualifying for Premier League. We played in the semifinals and lose to Santos in that semifinals. And so that was where, and then from there, Michael Giardini, that's Clyde's brother, said to me that I don't come over and come coach help out with the youth team over here. I think at the time, I think Coach Barry Brown was coaching the team, but he was part of the coach team. And I came over, and and that's how I started in Harbour, coaching in Harbour, the club.
From a playing perspective, are you somebody that grew up in the area, in the community, or if you're
Yeah.
scouted elsewhere?
No, the community nearby. I grew up just next door, Harbour View. The community named Shooters Hill. Just, I would say, by distance, it's not that a step. So you have Harbour View here, and when you step across, you reach Shooters Hill, because it was like the border. It's just where Harbour View stop and then Shooters Hill start. So it was just like that.
Okay. And in terms of your playing career, in terms of those that may not know about when you played, where did you play on the field? What position did you play?
I play midfield. I play midfield.
Okay. More of a box to box, more of a defensive midfield and attacking side.
I play both. I play both. In the earlier part, I was more of the attacking, and then as I get older, play more in the defensive, midfield.
Okay. Now, going back to the coaching aspect of things now, Coach, in terms of, you've overseen a lot of talent that have come through Harbour View from the age group level all the way up to the senior team. Many of them have gone on to have great careers, not only for country, but also club as well. I wanted to get your feedback as well in relation to the first time that you met youngster Richards. What was he like when he was under your wings for the first time, when you were coaching him?
Dujan came over from Harbour View School. Harbour View School is in the same vicinity in the community. And he came over, I think, and he was very quiet. He was naturally skillful. He had the ability, but he wasn't that self-motivated. And he, word we would call it, would say he was lazy. He didn't want to work hard. So you have to be pushing him. Even in the game situation, you have to be constantly on him, pushing him, telling him. So from there, it was the whole season that we had together was in U13, because he came over from the Harbour View School at about 10, 11, and then he joined the group. And his father's always take him to the training and pick him up back at training. So, so that's how I get in contact with him.
When you were teaching him the fundamentals of the game, did you feel that he was applying it well, or it took a little bit of time for him to get the fundamentals down?
It wasn't hard for him. It was naturally for him. But I think one of the thing about it, is just that you'll have to keep doing the same thing. It's a repetition. So you keep letting him doing it. So it will just come natural to him to be doing it. And so it's not only for him, but for the whole training program and the session that we had. That is how we normally conduct the sessions with the boys. So you'll be a part of it, so you'll be involved in it as well.
When you first started to work with him, was he also in the attacking side of things as well, or he was other positions as well on the field?
No, he was the attacking. Was the attacking, because the truth is, the team that he came in with, the group, not I would say the team, the group that he came in was some very talented group, right? And they all was there, and to get them to be cohesive as a unit, it all worked out with everyone, because I playing him on the left side attacking, sometime in the middle, sometime on the right hand side. So it was more attacking flavor, and because of his natural skills and things, so you couldn't help but play him in attacking position.
And seeing the journey that he has gone on the last few years, are you surprised by his development, or it's something that you could picture down the road that he would be where he is right now?
No, I wasn't surprised. I thought you have made it great, just like other players that was within that group with him. Players like Ziminis, players like Wilson, there was a set of the youngster was with him. One I think named Malachi Sterling. I think he's now at Mount Pleasant. So it was a really good group. I think one was at Mona now, Theo, I think was part of with him in that group, and Che Gardner, Bibi's son. So it was that group he was with. So they were very good in their individual skills, and we just put them together, and it all worked out.
I mean, we spoke earlier about you working with dozens of kids coming through Harbour View and making the progression to the senior team, reggae boys, and also playing overseas in club football. For you, would you say Whisper was one of the best youngsters you worked with, or there's so much it would be hard to put a pecking order on that aspect?
I wouldn't say he's the best. What I would say is that is for the position that he plays, right? Probably I would say he's the best. For me, I always have him as a winger. So I would say he would be one of the best. And also, he was left-footed. more than, you know, the others, because I could call other players, name that I work with, which were very great. You have Romaro Campbell, Rum, play midfield, right? See, Zimini is himself, and that's a defender, you know, defender midfield. So I couldn't look at them and say, oh, Whisper was best in on, but he was one of the best for his attacking position as a winger, you know. And just like I would say for Romario or Rum, would I be one of the best, one of the midfielders, the great midfielders, you know, who come through the youth program, you know, and just like others, but not, I would say, oh, he's the best as for all, for everybody. Everybody has their position that they play, and they're good at it.
Were you able to watch Whisper in the two games for the Reggae Boys recently against Trinidad? You know, your thoughts about his performances and, you know, what lies ahead?
I didn't get to watch the game. Um, I saw some little clips that somebody put out, that touches that he made. I didn't watch a game, so I couldn't make a judgment, or make a, you know, equate something from that what I saw at the time. I didn't pay much attention to it.
All right. And in terms of, you know, the big move that lies ahead for him to go play professionally overseas, how proud are you of him for this opportunity that has come his way? You know, you spoke earlier about the talent that you saw from him when he was younger, but now to get the opportunity to play overseas now, how proud are you of the path that he's going to take now?
Well, I am proud that he's doing the thing that he like, and he can, and he reached that far, and I'm just hoping that he can maintain it, you know, and grow stronger. And also, this can be a pathway for other youngsters to look at and say, oh, okay, remember Whisper, when Whisper came to Harbour View, and he was like, you know, just how he got the name, you know, see? So it's not something that just happened overnight, you know, what period of time it takes for him to reach where he is now. And I'm glad for him. I'm happy for him. So it's just that he's now to make the best of it, you know.
Understand. So, you know, as you know, you worked with players that have gone on to play overseas. You mentioned Jimenez, he's in Europe right now. Any words of advice that you have for him? You know, for those that make that transition from Jamaica to go to Europe, you know, it's quite a transition. The weather, the tactical discipline. Any words of advice you would have for him on the next chapter of his life?
Um, should I use this word, humble? I think he he has to be humble, thankful, be grateful, because he has those skills which came naturally, and then he harness it by practicing. So I think probably I would say just be humble, and be not too, should be a chauvinist, or try to be something that you're not. Just stay within yourself and do what is required for you to make the steps to go the other level, which is, and next, there's many other steps from where you're at now.
Yes. Fully get what you're saying. And finally, you know, Coach McFarlane, Harbour View has an excellent track record in terms of exporting players overseas, the transition into the national team, and also to the Harbour View senior team as well, you know. So what is the secret that you have persons like Whisper, like Ziminis, that have that solid matriculation, you know, not we're just hearing about them when they're 13, 14, but actually going on to be professionals and eventually national players as well?
Well, from the youths are seeing, and we notice what is there, we try to harness them, we try to take them under our wings. Not me alone as coach, but all of the other coaches and the managers, and we try to guide them, set a pathway for them, you know, and help them to be level-headed, you know, and just do the things that we think that can help them to get them to the next level.
Okay. And, is there any 12 or 10-year-old whisper coming up through the ranks right now that we can keep an eye on in the CASAFA youth leagues coming up?
We have players, but I'm not going to give any names. They'll be coming out sometime soon. So it's not something that is dying, it is happening. So you'll definitely see them, within our youth teams, because we'll be playing in some youth tournaments and some that is going on. So you will definitely see them coming out. We have some in there, which is young also, which is in the Premier League team as well. So we have a few in there as well. So they'll be there to showcase themselves.
Okay, Coach McFarlane, thank you very much for your time. Keep up the great work that you're doing. And, we will certainly be in touch, and hopefully we can continue to see more progression of talent coming through as well. Really appreciate your time.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me, man.